There we go. What's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up? Getting this thing rolling right now. Gonna get some live trading in. Nice, nice. Sound. That sounds okay. I'll try not to blast any music today. And make it so you guys can't hear anything. That didn't work out too good. Cool. What's up, people? Let's get this sent out to the boys in Telegram and Discord, boys and girls. Let's go live on YouTube. We got market melting right now. Dang, man, it's always right when I'm hopping on. You see, guys, this is the problem with the free live streams. Present Mario, what's up, my man? What's happening? Let me get this over to. Okay, cool. That shows up. Nice. What's up, Mario? Good to see you, man. Good to see you guys that are hopping back on. Let me know if my sound is too low, too loud. I'll try to adjust it. I didn't realize that YouTube's all over the map with sound. Something, if I'm playing some background music that sounds super low, can sound like it's absolutely blasting out on your guys' side. I went back and listened to that. I was like, holy hell, man. I'm surprised nobody told me earlier. But we are back in action here, getting some live trading in. Like I said, be a little bit less frequent potentially, but probably unscheduled the way I'm doing these live sessions. Just going to be dedicating some more time to developing my own trading, as well as working with traders that, can ante up a little bit of an investment to. Yeah, we got market dumping off. All right, let me stop rambling here. Let's focus. Stream's good. If you guys got a problem, let me know in the chat, and I'm going to get right to it. So, live here on NQ NASDAQ Futures. I won't really have a chance to go over what happened today until I get a chance to look at what's happening right now. We're here at 2:34 p.m. Eastern, towards the end of NYSE session. What the hell is going on with my chair? And we got a big sell-off happening. Did we have news? I'm just going to check Forex Factory real quick. Not really. I don't know if we had earnings coming out. We got earnings all over the place this week, but I'm just going to focus on the chart. Just wanted to make sure we didn't have a red folder at 2:30 or anything like that. But I wasn't paying attention to anything that was coming up this afternoon. So yeah, we pushed down obviously from this morning. Broke out, fake out to the upside after at pre-market open at NYSE open. This was my pre-market high, pre-market low. I had prior day high was right here, prior day low way down there. We faked out to the upside and sold off really hard. Found some support. This was a zone I added in here, like a 15-minute zone, just something down below the most recent low after all of these ones that were broken. Found some support right there at that zone. Pushed up. I caught some nice trades this morning back and forth. You can see that on Instagram and on YouTube Shorts. I do a quick replay. Backed off pretty early on in the morning. I've been having, good about 1 hour focused trading, right after open, about 9:40 a.m., 9:45. I look to start getting involved. Give myself about an hour. It's about how long I can stay focused. It's also about how long the market likes to move before we potentially start getting some chop around lunchtime. And then back at it again for about an hour, hour and a half, maybe, of trading time at the end of NYSE session. Order flow has been going really, really well. It's been really cool to look at some of that. I've seen some mixed things comparing this to like Sierra's chart. I've heard this is just fake. It doesn't work right. The data's not, good. That's fine. I'm likely going to get set up with some level 2 and maybe Sierra charts or another footprint chart. But for now, looking at some of this, look at some other order flow data as I am trading. So we just recently, we were pushing up, obviously. This is the 1 minute chart. Trying not to make you guys dizzy. Fake out to the upside, broke down, came down, chopped around back and forth here. Looked like it was going to stage a rally back up here. That didn't play out. Came all the way down, put a low in that wasn't below these. Looked like it was going to try it again. All the way down, choppiness, back up. So we kind of got this slow-moving, rangy day that developed after this action right here in the morning. Right now, we've sold off pretty aggressively, as you can see. We've left some stacked imbalances on TradingView's footprint chart. Whether or not these are real stacked imbalances based on everybody else's footprint chart, that's something I'm going to have to find out for myself. But we've obviously got some selling pressure that came in, and so far we just found some support here. Price didn't want to blast right through this zone and this low. Let's see if we come down from here to test it, or if we come back up here to check into these zones here. As you could see on the 1 minute, again, this is the 1 minute TradingView volume footprint chart, the beta that's out new that I've been playing with. We had stacked imbalances from buyers down here. A lot of buying pressure that came up out of the zone. That hasn't been checked until just now. Price came down into it. On the sell side coming down here, we've got standing stacked imbalances that have not been checked at all with price action on the way down here now. So let's see if we come down to this zone and start to break through. Maybe we want to look for a sell. Price is going to run towards the low of the day in the afternoon. Maybe price pulls back up to these sell imbalances here, this just general gap and imbalance that you'd call it on price action and market structure, and tries to push through with bullish momentum, or reacts and rejects and comes back down to the lows. So I'm just going to wait to see how this develops from here. I'll be waiting for, if it continues down, I'll be waiting for it to get down to the zone and to see what happens. Maybe we'll be looking for sells. If it starts to pull back up, I'm not going to jump into a buy just yet. I'm going to see what happens at this area here. This is kind of the last set of lows I'm looking, the VWAP line. I'm paying attention to this zone over here. Obviously, it all coincides with this gap right here. We're looking to see if we pull up and start to reject there to head back down, or if we start pushing through. That's kind of what I have to wait for this move right here. Didn't really have much to be trading off of right here anyway. So I was complaining that I missed stuff as I'm jumping on live, but I didn't really have anything to be trading off of here, if I'm going back and being honest with myself. I'm going to leave this pretty zoomed out so I can see imbalances as they form on the little TradingView footprint chart. And I'll go back and forth, giving everybody a headache with the 1 minute, maybe the 5 minute. Let's take a look at the 5 minute while I say it. Yeah, kind of a choppy, rangy day, right? After the morning big movement, we've been, within this range that price put in between here and about 10 o'clock, 9:55. So, no big trend day today, but there's definitely some large movement in here, volatile market, where we can capitalize on it on lower time frames. Just got to be careful. I think in general this week, with a lot of news, a lot of earnings coming out, it's definitely a week to be protecting capital. It's a week to be, taking profits, not looking to get crazy greedy. If you are running trades in profit, that type of a mindset, to just be aware that, hey, we got a lot of data releases coming out this week that have the potential to impact the market, not that will. And we've got earnings going on from all these different large companies that have the potential and to impact the market as well. So being aware of that, not completely changing your strategy, not throwing everything out the window and just changing to do something different, but being aware that now more than ever it's important to be protecting capital, knowing what your risk is per trade, having stop losses in place, not getting no revenge trading, no trading on tilt, no over trading, none of that stuff. Trade your strategy, trade your approach, let the odds play out in your favor. Don't do anything crazy, but make sure you're not, over leveraging, over risking. That's my opinion. That's how I approach times where there's a likely increase in volatility. I certainly want to trade. I like the volatility. I like the movement. Slow, rangy back and forth markets don't give me opportunities to trade. But that said, when you come into this, it's like, what do I compare it to? I don't surf, but the market is a really good analogies between trading and surfing, right? So now it's like surfing big waves. Great for catching really awesome waves, but you got to make sure that you're not doing anything stupid. You don't get caught jumping into a wave late or early and get absolutely wrecked, because the potential to get hurt, your account balance to be pushed down, is a lot higher when there's a lot bigger waves in the market. That's my analogy for today. So again, watch this pushback up here into this first sell imbalance here. I think it's at least going to come up here, or I'm going to be waiting for it to before I do anything, or come all the way back down here from this area, and then start challenging this zone. We'll see if we want to break through, run towards lows. We see if we just chop around here and I don't get a good opportunity. But right now, looking for something along these lines, pull back up to this area here, and then maybe start to reject, or continue this push up, break through these with some momentum. I'd be looking for longs above this area here. Again, you can see it marked out. TradingView's footprint chart. I like the way it marks this. It's not the primary chart that I'm trading from right now. Obviously, I got my traditional candlestick chart, but this is pretty cool how it throws these zones out on the 1 minute. Again, they're visible on a candlestick chart. Oftentimes they're visible with big, gaps and imbalances after impulsive moves like this, but it's just a nice new order flow way to look at it. I do have another chart opened up on the side here with this very zoomed in. I've shown some of you guys this before. I'll try not to mess the entire chart up, because it does kind of trip out and not show it. When you zoom in, and this is how most of the footprint chart is going to be read, you get a lot more detail, a lot more data. You get the per candle delta, you get the total traded, you get the buy and sells as traded, you get a point of control, you get the imbalances, each individual imbalances, even if it's not a stacked imbalance, which is 3 of them. You could look at the different levels per candle, so that can be helpful on when utilizing order flow in trading as well. Again, still testing with this, forward testing with it really, since I am utilizing it in my trading, but I likely will be continuing to look at other options to see, really how reliable the data that TradingView is utilizing in this chart is, because I do like it. It's very user friendly. Everything from TradingView is really user friendly, but I want to make sure it's quote unquote real data. So we're up here at this zone. Right now, I'm looking for a sell if we can't break through this. Watching on my separate chart, not a super strong delta coming into this. I am aware that VWAP's up here. I think it's likely to come up here a little bit farther. I'm not ready just yet, but I'm going to look to see if we get some selling pressure down from this zone. Again, just following basic market structure and price action, we've got this small downtrend that's forming within this rangy kind of day. I'd like to take a sell if price pulls back up, fails to break above a bunch of these highs, and then continues down. So we're at an important level here, at least to me, on the 1 minute, on the low time frame. I'm going to be looking to see if we reject here. This would be a really aggressive entry to be getting in. But we still got buyers stepping in to push this. Let's see if sellers maintain it, and we see some kind of rejection here around this level. Yeah, again, right at the high volume area for the day. So I think a rejection is likely. The zone's a little bit low because there's potential for it to come all the way up here. This would be an aggressive entry. Let's see what we got. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. Again, I very well might miss this trade headed straight down. It's back into this zone. If we get an impulsive move to the downside, it's likely going to happen quickly. I just think we're likely to push up a little bit higher. If I'm going to try this aggressive entry, selling on this buying pressure here, I'd like it to be a little bit deeper before I go for it. It'll give my stop loss a little bit better placement, maybe farther up above these highs, but I might not get it. It might turn right from here. Maybe it gives me a chance to the downside, and I get in on some selling pressure on the actual rejection here. But right now it's a little bit risky for my liking. Let's see what Delta's looking like. Let's see. If you're jumping on, welcome. I'll check the chat in a minute. Just focused up on what the chart is doing right now, getting ready for a potential sell around this area. Yeah, I'm going to give this one a minute, guys. I might miss it. This, to me, looks like it has potential to drop from here. I'm looking at this area of price action, and I really just don't want to throw my order in right now. And then my stop loss would be right here, right around that 50 tick stop loss area. So I'm just waiting to see if we get a pull up a little bit higher, another break above. I'll probably take it up here. I'll try to sell from this area. This way, if it breaks through all these highs, it's less likely to continue. But I am noting that this is the last kind of sell imbalance that we had here after this big gap. So I think there's a nice opportunity for this to drop off. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, really. We're looking weak on the 1 minute chart here. Let's see. This could really go either way from here, in my humble opinion, and the way that I trade. Got some balancing out, some consolidation here at this level. What's up, guys? Welcome on. Which market? This is NQ in the futures market. This is NASDAQ futures. It would be NAS 100 if you're trading CFDs. I am in the US, so which country? But what's up? What's up if you're on? Feel free to ask questions in the chat. I don't have it primarily open on the side here. I'm really paying attention to the chart because I'm looking like I'm getting a setup here. Just debating whether I want to jump in here. Do I want to wait for the pop, which I think is a pretty good potential to happen. I'm going to wait for it, and I'm going to risk missing this first move to the downside, because if it pops up from here, I'm going to quickly look for a long. So I'm really waiting for kind of a move from this area to see what we start to get here. If this starts to move down with some selling pressure hard, again, I may be missing the move right now. But I'm just waiting to see what we get here after this type of consolidation. Yeah, we did just react right at this low here, so I think there's potential for this to continue back up. It's a nice aggressive entry because we got room to run to the downside or the upside, in my opinion. Right now I'm looking down, but I just want to wait for it. That's my game plan. We got the VWAP line here. We got a ton of volume. I think it's very likely to come up into this area. I don't want to have my stop right here. That's what's really holding me back. Got to have a good way to structure risk on these trades. I'd have to go with a stop right above and try it to the downside. Which I might do if we start to sell off here and it's giving an indication that it's going to push down. I may just try it right from this area. I have plenty of room to target these lows and go for a nice risk to reward here. But let's just be patient. Let's wait and see. We start to form here, just a kind of flat deltas back and forth, overlapping candles, indecision. Again, the impulsive move may happen quickly. It's looking pretty bearish on the 5-minute right now. 15-minute, that's a long wick to the downside on this candle. Yeah, so I'm just going to stay patient on this one, guys. Still early. Don't need to go too crazy. I like to get aggressive on my morning and afternoon session. Oh, there we go. There's selling pressure coming in. Let's see if it's going to fake out to the downside or if this is going to tick back up. But I'm probably just going to wait on this one for right now. I don't love the way this set up. I don't love how there was not a quick reaction to the downside or some quick chop and then a push up. You know, we just have a lot of consolidation, a lot of balancing out, trading going on, you know, around that VWAP line. Not as clear cut now. You know, we've got sharp movement down, a lot of wicks to the downside, not much consolidation, pretty sharp movement back up. This is a lot of chop that I don't want to get caught in. So I'm just going to wait. Again, I have the potential to miss the move either way, but I'll just have to wait for a little bit more structure to try to get in as it's moving. I don't need to catch the top or the bottom of the move. Because again, this is I mean, it looks weak. Obviously, we got lower lows on the 1 minute individual candles if we're looking at them. Sets of lower highs. You know, we've pushed down below lows. Now we might close below lows, but right now this is just a lot of consolidation back and forth. Gun to my head. I'm going short right here, but I don't have a gun to my head, so I'm just going to wait it out. Got sellers stepping in. Yeah, I just don't know if there's enough to move it either way. We're obviously at a consolidation area right here, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna take the breakout. Like again, this could have faked out to the downside. It looks weak. It looks like it's gonna head down, but I'm just gonna wait to see if this pulls back, and now we're gonna push up higher. The way that it hasn't been able to continue down from here, especially after this move, how we failed to break below. All of these moves, I think looking at this develop, there's a chance that this just runs back up into this kind of range of the day. So when I don't have a setup, I don't trade. It's not when I don't know what's going to happen, because I never know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. They say, I knew it. You can say, really? Tell me about your crystal ball. I want to buy one of those. So you knew it was going to happen. If anyone knew it was going to happen in the market, they would be a mind reader. You can think something's going to happen. You could have a bias. You can have a whole bunch of reasons and confluences, the way that we utilize our charts to structure risk and to make a trading decision. But ain't nobody knows which way NASDAQ's going to go. When they say, I told you so. I see people in comments and, sharing charts. Definitely going to do this. Really? How sure are you? 100% sure? Cool. Did you remortgage your house and sell everything you have to put on that bet that you're so sure of? No? Why not? Because you don't know. That's the answer. That's my rant for today. But I see so much of that shit. I knew it. It's definitely going to move down. 100%. I told you it was going to do this. That's great, man. That's good for you. Yeah, consolidation here. So I'm just chilling. I'm going to let this one ride. For right now, we're going to hang out. What's up if you're on? Welcome to the show. Live trading NASDAQ here at the end of the day. Looking to continue some profits from this morning. I'm on a Top Step eval account. Got a couple different ones of these. that I'm bouncing between. Now we're pushing up a bit. Again, I don't mean to go back and forth with what I'm saying. When I start talking about something, I'm going to start focusing in on the charts, but I'm kind of hyper-focused right now at this zone. We got a stacked imbalance forming. This may not hold. We're only halfway through the 1 minute candle. It doesn't look like it's going to, but maybe we get some buying pressure out of this zone. This may look okay for a long. Going to wait for some form of a breakout and then a little bit of a continuation. Again, when I wait like this, I have the potential to miss the trading opportunity because if it just pushes way up, it ruins how I would structure risk. But again, when I'm back and forth like this at a zone where I would take a long or a short, it's a good trading opportunity, but I have to have some indication from price action and maybe utilizing some footprint, some order flow. Looks like it wants to break to the upside right now, but again, this looked like it wanted to break to the downside as it was looking weak on the way down here. So just going to be patient. Again, we're at this area. We've cleared up all of this wide open price action here. We can really go either way from here. Maybe we're going to form a nice stacked imbalance and push up hard, come up to the highs, some imbalances that were left from earlier in the day. This area right here on the 1 minute. Or even up here, the pre-market high, the area that we broke out from this morning. So just gonna wait and see. Try not to take any hasty FOMO trades. That's the game plan here. But aggressive on the 1 minute, scalping style strategy, whatever you want to call this approach. Kind of a flat delta again. I mean, looks like buyers are trying to step in and push this thing higher, break this this little level that we've got formed, and continue this move to the upside. There we go. We got buyers stepping in right there. I'm not gonna take this breakout yet. Just gonna wait to see what happens from here. I'm gonna be a little bit more patient on this one, guys. Again, looking short would have sucked, even with a stop above this. Would have been trouble right now. Maybe this is just the push up to clear up some more, and we continue down. Again, when I have that type of a back and forth, unclear trading idea, I don't take a trade. So I'm gonna wait to see. This is looking bullish. Now it's looking better for a buy. Still being patient, no trade yet. Hanging out, waiting to see what NQ is going to do. But I am getting ready. So we're at a good level. We're at an area that I'm interested in. We did have some nice movement today. Would like to capitalize on it. Looks like it's going to close above all of these bars on the 1 minute. Quick reaction to the downside. Oof. Oh, man. Yep, I'm still not in. Still waiting, guys. See, this is why we're hanging out. So, quick wick up on these, and then heavy push down. Let's see if this is something similar to this BS, and we're going to come back up. We've got zero buying, on this side, so we've got an imbalance. I think it's likely to come back up here before it continues. We got some buying getting put down in here around the low of this candle, but no, sellers are in right now. Wow. Look at that. 3 o'clock. We sure we didn't get news? Yeah, I think something came out at 3 o'clock. Well, that initial sell would have worked out, but happy with my trading decision. This wasn't enough for any kind of setup for me, unless I was just taking the sell right into this stacked imbalance here that we had formed on TradingView's footprint. Yeah, probably would have been okay. I would have been pretty nervous right here. This might have shaken me out as we crept higher, but that would have played for a really nice sell. Granted, I wasn't looking for a sell. As we started to break above here, I'm getting ready for a buy as we see this push up. But so here we are, sell off. Enough of that. Sell off down, right back down to the lows, finding support. Do we start to break below this level that we were at previously? If we do, I'm going to look for sells on the 1 minute. If we start to get below the lows of today, I'm going to look for a run towards the low of the day. And it looks like that's what it wants to do right now. Pretty big price action. I might size down if I get in on this. I'm going to see if we continue this break, pull back, and then I'll look for a short on it. But we're right down at this zone that we had marked out from earlier. Let's kind of see what we get from here. I'm going to look to see what might have came out. I checked. No, nothing scheduled for 3 p.m. Nothing on Forex Factory earnings maybe. Woohoo, man. Yeah, okay, so we're way down below the zone now. I'm going to be looking for sells if we get a little pullback. Let's just wait and see. The sellers are in, man. Wow. Wow. Low of the day getting put in. This looks like it just wants to run the way it's leaving these imbalances on the way down. I got to wait. I don't have a great way to structure risk here on any of this price action. This 350 tick move that we just are witnessing here. So let's just hang out and see what we get from here if we get a little more structure to trade. But here's the volatility coming in at the end of the day, man. This is why we do it for the last hour of NYSE session. Let's see if we come back up to this area, this set of lows as a level of structure above this zone, clearing up some of this imbalance. This is where I'll be looking to get involved with a short, but I don't know if we're going to get that. This might just continue to sell off. I can't jump in on that. That would have been here. That would have been my opportunity. And even then, if I had a pretty bad entry on one of these, it could have taken me out and continued down. So I'm going to wait to see on this one, but we're watching some movement for sure on this. Man, if we had a little bit of an indication up here that this was going to move down, this would have been a really nice trade. But can't say I would have done. Wish I would have done something, because with this kind of movement right here, not enough for me. Not enough for me to be jumping in on a sell. And again, as this started to creep back up, looking like it was going to break above these highs, buy started to look good. But that's why we just kind of hang out and wait. Don't take any unnecessary big losses here, immediate stop outs if we don't have to. Kind of balancing out way down here below the low of the day. Got some buying pressure on this one, but not a lot really at all. This to me looks like it's going to continue down. Waiting to see if we get a pullback up, looking at this low right here for the most recent level of structure that's broken in a downtrend. I'm paying attention to this zone right here, obviously marked by this area, but we really got two lows here that make for a nice zone. It would also bring us right up to this stacked imbalance as well. It certainly can run anywhere back up in here and still be, maintaining bullish downtrend structure. But I think it's if it's going to continue down, if it's going to pull back at all, this will give me some opportunity to structure a trade. But I think it might just drop from here. Yep. Man. What are we doing, NASDAQ? Damn, man. Bottom fell out on this one. The bottom fell out, people. Anyone take this short? Anybody have a sell from anywhere up here that would have played out really nicely? Yeah, again, we're not getting a pullback on this one at this point. At this point, the buy would be nice. I'm just gonna zoom out on this just to see where we are, because I don't have a zone until we get down here. Prior day low. This is the 15-minute chart. Prior day low down here. I've got a zone coming somewhere off of this price action. I think it's just from these candles right here that were traded before this impulsive move. That's kind of how I marked this one up. Again, I've been trying to get a little bit more structured with my zones. They are discretionary, but yeah, this is probably off the 15-minute candles pushing up. But this is going to be the next area that I'm interested in. We got, really nothing pushing up on this. Let's look at it on the 5-minute. Maybe it's the top of this price action. Maybe it's all the way down into the zone. I'm going to leave my zone marked the way it is right now. Yeah, because I do like how it coincides with these highs that came up here and these lows that were put in. Let's jump back to the 1-minute. Get our footprint chart back up. Yeah, man, we're pushing up now. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. We got movement, but man, it's really easy to get stopped out quick. Now, the area I'm looking for a sell is really right around here. I'm not going to wait for a move all the way back up here. I'm going to see if we start to get rejection from this area. Let's see what this looks like before I speak too soon. No, I'm going to remain the same. I'm looking for something as a pullback up here and then a push down. Clearing up imbalance number 1. Maybe this is all it wants before it rejects to the downside. We don't have a massively strong delta getting put in on TradingView's footprint, but price is creeping up. I'm going to see if we push up a little bit higher, and I might try to take it for a sell, really right into this zone or into this this gap right here, this low right here. That's what I'm looking for. This will be a pretty aggressive entry if I do get it. Come on, let's see. Got to be patient. I got to pick my area and stick to it, especially if I'm going with a sell on buying pressure without really waiting for too much of a reaction. But I'm gonna try to get a trade in here and get some action rolling. Buyer's still stepping in, trying to push this a little bit higher. Yep, I'm going to wait. I might miss it, but I'm going to wait for this to be cleared up. I'm going to wait for it to come up and tap this low. That'll be my entry. It'll be probably a 50 tick stop loss, somewhere around that level, maybe 55, 60 ticks. to try a sell from this area on a continuation down. Again, can come all the way back up here, which it may, but it doesn't look like it wants to right now. From a market structure price action perspective, I'm playing off of this downtrend. Looking at zones on the chart, looking at market structure, previous lows that are broken in downtrends, looking at the footprint chart for imbalances, looking at the traditional chart for gaps and imbalances, looking at volume, looking at delta, looking at a number of things here, really. But if you're on, welcome. Thanks for being here. You got questions, ask them in the chat. Trading questions, happy to try to answer anything you guys have for me while I'm waiting for a sell here on NQ towards the end of the day. I'm going to try it pretty soon. Do we push up a little bit higher? Let's see. Again, I won't have much room before I take a stop out on this one, but I'd like to try it short because I think we have potential to the downside here. We come right out of the zone with it. I'm going to stick to my guns and just wait and see. Here's my area of interest. Hard to stay patient in these instances, though, when you don't want to miss a trade. But I don't want my stop loss to be right here, so I need price to come up here first before heading down, which I think it may. This stream is sponsored by Orange Kool-Aid. No, I'm just kidding. Consolidation flat kind of delta. Oh, man, I might not get it. I'm waiting for the quick wick up and then push down. Might not get it again, but stayed patient over here instead of taking a buy. That would have worked out miserably. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see what we get right here. Buyers coming in, taking price higher. Is it going to fail here? Here's the push up, approaching my zone. If it I'm going to wait a second because, again, I don't want to try to catch the falling knife, as they say, even though this is pushing up. That's my tap into the zone. Do we reject here or do we blast up through? That's what I just want to wait to see. Because we got strong buying pressure. No, we got a reaction coming up here.
Order filled.
I'm going to try it right from this area. My stop is just above this high. Again, I went over my reason for entry 10 times here. We got a nice rejection. We got sellers stepping in. Let's see if we can maintain this move back down towards these lows. Really nice entry. Let's see if this is a fake out and if this move fails. About $500 of risk on the line, maybe 550. We got 25. Yeah, a little over a 50 tick stop loss. Again, tapped right into that zone that I was looking for. We had sellers step in. We had a negative delta form. We had a stacked imbalance form. This is either going to work nicely or fail quickly. That's how I like my trades to work. Really nice opportunity to the downside. I got over 150 ticks, 170 ticks just to this low. Even if we come down near it, I'm over a 2-to-1. I'm looking at this area right here, this imbalance, this buy stacked imbalance right here as a target area. If this does continue, I'm not going to hold it all night or all day. But again, this could fail very quickly if it does start coming up, which it is right now. We'll see if the sellers can step in on this one. Again, if this starts moving up and takes me out, I may look for a long pretty quick on it. Here was the quick push up into this area and then sellers stepping right in to push down below this zone. If we come back up here and now, consolidate, break up and down and then push higher, I think this is potential to be a run back to the upside here. So I'm just going to wait to see if we get this one playing out. Still kind of consolidating. This initial selling pressure somewhat failed right here. Would have really liked to see this move continue down right from this candle, which we're not getting. So this doesn't look as good for me. Chance to get out at break even, but I'm gonna leave this trade. Gonna let this one run for now. If I back out of it now, I'm at a worse entry point. If it starts to break down, I'll definitely miss the trade. Here's my shot. Stop loss is okay, kind of above this first stacked imbalance area that it tapped into, but here's buyers stepping back in. But we're going to sell on NQ. Going to see if we can get some momentum to the downside here from this zone. That looked good, just wasn't enough to carry price down. But again, I'm gonna leave this one. This is probably right around my last chance to get out of break even if this is gonna fail. But I'm gonna let this one run. I'll take the one stop out if need be. But I like this to the downside. This is my nice area. Entry was not great. Could have been up here as this was breaking up with a little bit higher stop. But that's the that's the first push candle that I want to see. But this is just not enough for it. Can we see sellers step in, man, and bring this thing back to the bottom of the day? No, it doesn't look like it. Here's buyers stepping in, strong delta. This looks like it's going to take me out.
Stop filled.
Yep. Break above the zone with a stacked imbalance. This looks like it's going to run to the upside now, so I'm going to wait to see, maybe take it the other way. Let's see where we land on this one. Bullish momentum up above the zone. Not sold on it just yet. Not sold on it just yet. Yup, buyer stepping in, driving this thing up. Pretty big stacked imbalance on this side. If we're looking at footprint, a lot of buying stepping in right here at this zone now that it broke up above it. I'm less inclined to jump into a quick buy with this kind of downtrend structure and end us being down on the day here. So I'm gonna wait to see what we get from here. If we come back down below this zone and start pushing lower, I'll look for sells. But right now, we got buyers stepping in that pushed it up higher after we tried to pull back down from here. So right now, this looks like it wants to head back up to the high volume area of the day. Maybe check out this high, clear out this gap that we've got in price action. Yeah, buyers in control right now. So we'll stay patient. We'll see. One stop out so far. Let's see if we can come back like we did on Friday last week. Took the first L and ended up with for more than a 2-to-1 winner, I think. So we'll stay patient. We'll wait for the next trading opportunity, and we'll see if we can't turn a profit on this afternoon session. Right now, even with this downtrend structure, it's looking bullish. Maybe we get, maybe this just runs from here. Maybe we get a quick wick down and a push back up. But I don't know that this is just going to turn around from here. Again, I'm reading price action to the best of my abilities. Here was its chance right here. This looked like it. Wick up. My entry looked solid. Push back down. That failed. And we had consolidation at the zone. Now we've broken above. Less likely that this is just going to turn and blast down from here. In my humble opinion, excuse me. Interesting area. I'm gonna watch what happens. Excuse me, at this zone. If we stay above this and continue, a buy is looking appetizing here. If I get in on a buy, I'd like my stop loss to be below this area right here. So I'm just going to have to wait and see if we pull back down and then continue a move up. I might go for an aggressive entry if this pulls back down. But I'd like to see what happens. But with these quick movements, it's kind of like you do have to execute or else you're left in the dust. Yeah, so here comes the push higher. Late on an entry now. I was looking at this area down here for an area to tap back into, like I was looking here on my sell. Again, also just this zone that I have here that we've seen price reject at. Really blew through right here, but we've got some consolidation on this area, on this price action. So let's see if we pull back down. Got to stay patient, got to stick to the plan. No FOMO, even if it's hard to wait it out. But I'm going to wait to see if we get the pullback. And then a potential push up. This may just be a bunch of BS and come right back down. but we broke above all of this selling. We're back up to these lows. I believe that's why we've got buyers and sellers trying to take it both ways here. We got some consolidation here, but buyers still in control. Maybe it only wants to run. Oh, maybe it only wants to run up to this area. That's still a trade for me. I'm just gonna see if we wait to tap back down into this zone, and then what price action looks like from here. It'll also prevent me from staying out of a buy right now in case this is just gonna blast down. Might take it right here and then take the quick stop out, but better entry down from this level. Sticking to the break and retest style of trading that I like to do. Let's see what we get. A little bit of a wick down. Do we get a wick down below these lows? That gives me a tap back into that imbalance, that zone, and then we see it stay above. We see buyers stay in control. We're okay for longs. $328. Yeah, here we go. So we're tapping back down into the zone. Watching price action here, getting ready for a long. It's trickling down, but kind of a consolidation here. Pretty flat. When we look at what Delta is doing within each candle. Pushing up so far from this zone. We got buyers stepping in. Kind of a no wick to the downside candle, which I don't love. Don't know if this is the start of the pop-up. Yeah, it looks like it is. Looks like it might be. Yeah, I'm not convinced on this just yet. It's not really the setup that I like. Too much consolidation again. We tapped back down, just tapped into this zone, just touched it. That's really not the move that I wanted to see. I probably would have taken a buy if we ducked down into this area here, which would have been working out okay, but just not the entry I need yet. Let's wait. Let's stay patient and see if this sets up. Again, no wick to the downside candles. I don't like those to be trading in the direction of the no wick. I like to see not as big of a deal in the 1 minute, but I don't love those. Yeah, this might be the start of the pop. Not really strong delta, but I'm waiting for the big impulsive candle that's going to form one way or the other. $331. Yep. So we're just chilling out, staying patient. This didn't run yet. I'm going to wait to see if we get another setup, see if we can't get another trade in, get some more action for you guys. Right now, I'm just hanging. I think this is going to pop up. But I'm kind of missing my entry right now. Either way, this is not like a fantastic setup for me. I think it's likely to come up here and check this out. I figured we were going to see a deeper pullback into this zone, or at least that's how I was structuring my trade, my risk. All of this is discretionary. You could have your zone down here, up here, wherever the hell you want. But you draw your zone, you create your trading idea, your plan, and then you wait to react to price. This just tap of the outside of the zone was not enough for me. A little bit further down, a little bit more towards this middle line, I probably would have taken it on the downside, and that would have been playing okay, but just not enough for me. But let's see if this continues. We don't know. Broke above, no close above. Not really strong buying pressure. Looking at like a footprint chart, not a ton of buyers stepping in on this yet. We are above, so I mean this does look bullish, like it wants to continue, but it certainly isn't happening on a nice big impulsive move. Let's check this on the 5, see what the 5 looks like as some reference. Yeah, I mean on the 5-minute this looks more bearish. Longer wicks to the upside, no wicks to the downside. This looks like it wants to react. The 15-minute we saw this longer wick to the downside. More of an indecision candle and no wick to the downside on this one. Not sold on this move up. Definitely not yet. Yeah, this was a good play to the downside right here. I'm happy about that. Not happy that didn't work out, but good trade in my book. Looked like we were going to have a really sniper entry there, which doesn't always happen, but that quickly failed. Yeah, more consolidation. Now, I'm not likely to take a trade after a break above and then a break back down below after we start to get some expansion here. Buying to the upside here, not a bad play as it's trying to break above this level and it looks like it wants to. Staying above this, this zone, this stacked imbalance on the 1-minute, coming up towards the low of pre-market, coming back towards the, high volume area, the VWAP line, which is late in the day. I don't pay too much attention to. Back towards this stacked sell imbalance. That's up here. So we'll just have to see what happens from here. But if you're jumping on late, thanks for being here. Now we got some selling pressure coming back in. Let's see what happens at this zone. If we turn down, I don't have a lot of time left in the session, but if we start to turn down at this area where I took the initial sell before we got taken out, we create a sell imbalance. We come down below this zone, take out this this imbalance of buyers, the stacked imbalance. It will look more bearish to head down towards these lows towards the end of the session. We're going to have earnings come in right after market close, or at least we have been. So there's a lot of volatility, a lot of chance for volatility, right after 4 p.m. If I get into a trade, I'm either going to have to make the conscious decision to sit through that and risk a nice profit or a nice loss, or close the trade out. But either way, you've got to make a decision. No decision or pretending like you're not making a decision is a decision in itself. So I am aware of that. So let's just see if this starts to break down, or if it does indeed stay above this zone, stay above this stacked imbalance that we've got here. Right now, still looking bullish. It's, it pulled back up here and it didn't react. We got above this zone. We had buyers step in. I mean, this looks like it wants to push higher. Kind of a range, kind of consolidation forming at the moment. No, this looks like it wants to push up. I'm gonna miss it if it does. It looks like it might pop here. Again, this is just not enough to trade off of. Buying, buying as it's coming down, waiting for the break above is a play. But again, I'm looking at this zone as the key level here, and as we're getting close to it, I want to wait and see if we're going to start to push down into it, start to break below it. And again, buying the breakout over here, I would have been taken out. Trading with a 50 tick stop loss, even just on that small pullback here, would have had to have a stop, down below this level. So we'll wait and see. Let's give it a little bit. Again, we got some time left before NYSE session end. Maybe we get in towards the end. We get a setup and we hold it just past NYSE session close to potentially take advantage of or be on the wrong side of some earnings releases that are coming out. Let me see what we got today in that realm. Yeah, after close is a handful. They're not like, it's not like Apple, but we got a handful. Let's stay patient. Let's chill. Let's see if we can't get another trade on this one. I'm watching kind of just flat price action on the footprint chart, flat delta as well. I mean, very slight negative delta, slight positive delta. Even this one had a negative delta from TradingView. So just too much choppy price action right now to jump in. Again, watching to see if sellers if sellers are going to step in here and try to contest this zone again to the downside, in which case we may head back down towards the lows of the day. But we're up around the pre-market range. We're up again at this zone here, this set of lows. This type of choppy price action, at least for me, is not fun to trade. These moves, totally cool. These moves, totally cool. This stuff where you just get caught in between, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, man. I don't know on this one. I don't know on this one, guys. Would like to get another one in, but, I'm staying patient on it. Staying patient. That's the name of the game. No FOMO entries, even if we took the loss. Would love to come back from it, but this is just slow, choppy, slow creep up, really, right? We've got higher lows getting put in here. Slightly higher highs when we're looking at just individual candle, wicks and closes on the 1 minute. There we go. Break above the highs, trying to push up. I mean, again, none of these with any convincing momentum. This looks like it might try for it. Positive delta, but it's not blasting up. Stacked and balanced that formed and failed right away. Let's check the 5 minute on this again. I mean, looking somewhat bullish right now, but my intuition is telling me it's coming back down. A little bit of the pop up. Is it going to run? I don't know. Don't know. Don't know on this one. Yeah, I can't even really say a buy from anywhere over here would have worked really nicely. Right out of this zone would have probably been my best chance, but this is not super exciting to sit through. Plus, if I had taken a buy somewhere down here, I like to go stop loss to break even when it makes sense, and I have a pretty good potential of being stopped out on any one of these pullbacks down. So it's not like it ran without us. Did slowly creep up here. Yeah, slow creep up. Slow creep up. Next level I'm looking at is up here. This stacked imbalance to the downside on the 1 minute trading view footprint chart. That's what I'm looking at. Looking at this VWAP line, looking at this as an order block, a support and resistance zone. an area after an impulsive move, the prior lower high that was put in as this was moving down. Again, we're up above this level here, but this isn't giving me a really clean setup. I kind of would have liked to be in one, to hold through session close to take advantage of whatever whatever volatility is going to come in as earnings season happens. I don't mind, like I talked about, structuring your risk for news. I don't mind trading through news. I don't mind having positions open. I remain aware of the increase in volatility that's likely. Maybe I size down, maybe I have a stop loss, a little bit wider. But I'm going to trade market structure and price action to the best of my abilities. And, the underlying drivers of the market that are going to come in and move it, they're going to do whatever they're going to do. So, that's fine. When you go back in time and you back test through, maybe you're trading specific times, but you're typically not looking at every single news event that's coming out, every company that's reporting earnings. You just trade through those, and your system, provides you whatever edge it provides you, inclusive of all those events. So it's it's one in the column of just going ahead and trading through. But, if you operate with a really tight stop loss, like I operate with a pretty damn tight stop loss, the way I trade this on the 1 minute, you risk the quick wick up, because a lot of times price is just it's going to be a fake out move first, or, from the Forex world, spread's going to widen out, take you out of the position. Even if you are in a sell and it's going to dump, there's a good chance that you're going to get wicked out quickly, because it's just going to wick up and down first on a low time frame and then move, in whatever direction it's going to move. So, you do run that risk. So we're back up to pre-market low. My marked pre-market low. That's an important level I like to pay attention to. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to get one. Don't know that I'm going to get another one. No major discounts on the membership right now, Mario. I can't say that I'll have one coming up really soon, but I will hop on here, like I said, infrequently. When I can, to do the free lives on YouTube, but who knows? I'm always adapting. I'm always trying to come up with a good way to find something that's mutually beneficial, right? Like, I think there's plenty of traders out there that could benefit from working alongside of someone that's trading full time, has an approach, and is willing to describe this stuff in detail and show you what real trading looks like. But I've got to find something that also works for me. So I'm not spending money creating content, putting in enormous amount of hours, and it really taking away from trading, or spending time with your family, or just doing whatever else you're doing. So try to find that happy medium in between. I'm early in on this coaching, mentorship, live trading, whatever you want to call what I'm doing here. Only a few months in, so I'm still figuring out what's going to work for me, what will allow me to get my content in front of people, because that's the only way you can help people, is if they actually see it, or else they'll never see it in the first place. But also do it the way that I want to do it, which is showing what I believe is the real side of things. Push up all the way to the VWAP line. Sell would have failed. We're into that stacked imbalance right at the VWAP line of the day. This is all stuff that everybody else is watching on their charts. So do we see a reaction right here? Looking back on this, after watching all of this price action play out, the play definitely could have been, after this one failed, a quick buy with a wide enough stop loss that would allow us to say, hey, look, we pulled back up to the zone. The sell failed. We're back above this area. We've got a stacked imbalance that got put in. We cleared up all of these stacked imbalances over here. Now we're looking to run up and, come all the way back up to this, this area of high volume for the day that this is going to run up. This would have been a lot to sit through, to be honest. Quite a bit of time and quite a bit of choppiness that, may have shaken me out. But that would have been the play from a price action market structure, from my approach of reading the markets. Again, looking at this to the downside, it's hard to be taking a buy right here as you pull back to this low. At least that's how my mind works when it comes to reading price action and market structure. We just put this, 350 tick move to the downside and this low in. So, I'm looking for a sell. I'm trying to trade with the trend. But obviously the buy would have worked out here. At this level, again, we're kind of at another important level here. This area of high volume, you could see it. All the highs that are put in here, lows that came back down to put in here. This is obviously I don't have a zone or a line, anything marked here, just as VWAP line, but this is obviously a key level, something to watch for the day. So we got one of two things happening, right? We're coming up to contest this high. We look like we're going to try to break above it. Do we react right here and start to push back down, come back through all of these imbalances and gaps that are forming? Or do, like at the zone, we push above, kind of chop, and then stay above it to continue to run back up into this range? Well, yeah, not super happy I didn't catch this move back up to the upside, but this is pretty back and forth to get on the right side of, in my opinion. Late entries chasing the 1 minute trend would have worked nicely, but on another day they get you killed. Just watching what happens here as we come into the final minutes of NYSE session. A sell, honestly, to me is looking the most appetizing. Again, like I say, like gun to my head, because nobody has to take a trade. You never have to take a trade. I'm taking a sell even on this buying pressure up just based on the level that it's at. But we can certainly see this push continue. We can certainly see a wick up. We can certainly see a run all the way back up towards the highs of the days after breaking this low. This is interesting price action to watch. Yeah, back all the way above this this level, this gap with some force, with some serious force. Let's see what Delta's doing. If you're still on, thanks. Glad that you're here. Glad that you're taking advantage. If you got any questions, trading questions, ask them in the chat. Feel free. Make sure you hop in the free Telegram. Subscribe to the YouTube, all that fun stuff, or do whatever you want to do. If you don't find it valuable, then don't. No pressure, man. That's the way I do this. Instagram as well, Real Deal Zach. I keep you updated on when I'm going live, all that fun stuff. Telegram, you really get everything. YouTube is just my outlet for live streaming and long form videos. Shorts I post on Instagram also, so you see all that fun stuff. The recaps, the memes. We get a rejection here at prior day high. So that's the level I have marked off here, prior day high. But this is pushing through with too much force for me. So I'm kind of just sitting back and watching honestly now, guys. I'll probably watch the 5 minutes after NYSE close at 4 p.m. We got 4 minutes till New York Stock Exchange session for the day, trading for the day closes. Let's see if we get earnings come in and push the market one way or the other. I'm not going to take a trade right now. I don't have a setup. Again, like I said, I wouldn't mind being involved coming into earnings season and taking advantage of some of that volatility. It can get a little bit wicky back and forth, but most of the moves that I've seen in the futures market are much cleaner, meaning there's not always a fake out wick. A lot of times it just moves in the direction that it's going to move. So I'll wait. I'll hang out. Again, if you guys got questions, ask away in the chat. Mario, no no free memberships at the moment, but you never know. Like I said, still early on it. I'll do different stuff. I'll do giveaways. I'll do prizes. I really like the live trading thing, and I like doing it on YouTube because I get a lot of you guys on here. I get a lot of view time, so that's cool. Appreciate you being on. I just got to find a way to do it that makes sense for me. Maybe I incentivize guys to get on the YouTube live somehow by giving something away. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out for myself, and I'll try it out with you guys. But if you are interested in getting help with your trading, you want to trade with me live every morning for the main session, the 9:30 a.m. open, the big boy session that everybody likes to trade. I do that live every day through Zoom. You get all the recordings from it. Had some really solid mornings, honestly. Those recaps that you're seeing. RealDealForex.com. You can find out more in the Telegram, but starting at $67 for a week, $197 for a month, you get access to trade live with me for all the time that I am trading live. Ask me any questions, get one-on-one help with your trading. Do a Discord, really access to share charts, to talk about your risk management, talk about your strategy, talk about your approach, talk about transitioning from Forex to futures, prop firm questions, working within rules to be passing top step accounts that I trade, all that type of stuff. I'm happy to help you out with. If you're broke or you don't want to give anybody no money, that's totally cool. Follow along for free. I put out a bunch of free content in my free Telegram. You can find almost all of it, and I post anytime I'm doing something on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere else in that free Telegram. Links in the description, links in my bio, links all over everywhere. Top step discount if you want to trade the same funded accounts that I do. 20% off a Top Step. You just have to use the link, no code. It's an affiliate link, so you can be aware of that. And I'm not a financial advisor, in case you were wondering, I should say. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just an idiot on YouTube talking about what I'm doing for entertainment purposes only. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. You'll probably lose all or more of the money that you trade with. Make sure you read the full disclaimer on realdealforex.com. Stay updated. It changes. But trading's really risky if you weren't aware of that. And nothing here is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all, just for entertainment purposes only. Coming into the last minute of NYSE session. So let's watch the fun, guys. Maybe we get some movements here. Maybe it takes a couple minutes. Maybe we don't get anything at all. Again, gun to my head, I'm taking a sell. But I don't have a setup, so I don't have a way to get in right now. Let's just watch to see. Here we go. Final seconds of NYSE close. Let's see if we get big volume come in here as some companies report earnings. Maybe it takes a minute or two, but it doesn't look like it. We got buyers stepping in right now. Yeah, big buying pressure. Look at that. Big buying pressure. A lot of volume being traded. If I'm looking at the volume on it, quite a bit of volume on that 3:59 p.m. candle, and then a lot of volume right now. Buy side imbalance, buy side stacked imbalance, pushing up above prior day high. Again, this type of price action where we come all the way down with force to the low of the day, and then we just run all the way back up after chopping around, it can get difficult to trade. I'd like to say I wish I was on the right side of this coming up, but I can't say that I would be taking a buy on any other day trading the way that I trade. So no worries. Let's see if this continues. Maybe not. Oh man, now you tell me this after I lost my life savings. Yeah, man, it's only on every one of my pieces of content in the description, in all of the information. It's pinned everywhere on Telegram and Discord. I literally put it on every one of my Instagram posts. One, to really make sure I'm following the rules of, of putting out content that's, related to financial instruments. So, so I'm legally okay. But two, to really let guys know, honestly, like this, trading is extremely risky, and I'm not a financial advisor. That's just the bottom line. I don't have any certifications or qualifications that would make me a financial advisor, and I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm not suggesting you do anything. I'm not making a recommendation to do anything. I'm showing you what I do. Anything that I talk about doing, I'm talking about something that I may or may not do for entertainment purposes only. That's what this is. But yeah, it's funny. I know you're joking around over there. People that get like upset after they watch stuff, or they want to like sue somebody. Maybe, if you got scammed out of something, someone's being, is telling you to do something and not having a disclaimer to describe that type of, what they're actually doing, or they're, defrauding you in some type of a way, making some kind of promise and, showing some kind of a result and telling you that it's a likely result. None of my results are likely. Past performance does not what is it? I don't know. Past performance is not indicative of future results. There you go. But yeah, I always find that funny. Yeah, so no major movement. We had some volume come in here right at the end, right? Like we saw this candle, the 4 p.m. candle that formed right here, 4 p.m. Eastern for end of NYSE session. Some volume came in on this candle and this candle here. Now we're kind of just trailing right at pre-market high that we broke above. So again, this worked out nicely again today. We came right down into this 15-minute zone. I took some buys off of this level that was a little bit aggressive. Worked out nicely. I think I was buying here as well. That played very nicely. After that, it got really choppy. Again, I'm glad I bowed out when I did. I keep that same schedule. I've been doing that for a long time, where I like the morning session, and I've added in the afternoon session because, we get more volume, as you can see. But choppy day overall. This is, really slow, like put you to sleep type of movement, back and forth BS. Again, as soon as market structure is giving you an indication of which way it's going to head, it goes ahead and turns around the other way, breaking up above pre-market high here, on some nice uptrend structure, looked really bullish. And then what do we get for the afternoon? Just a sell back off and then a rally back up. So, choppy, rangy day overall. You had some opportunity here, Again, taking buys right at this level after this type of a 350 tick sell-off and breaking the lows, putting the low in for the day. I'm not bullish. Obviously would have played out nicely here if I was a little bit quicker on this 1 minute, and I had a little bit bigger balls to flip bullish here and try the long. It might have been okay, but again, I might have been okay with a buy, but honestly, taking a buy, like let's be honest, where would I have taken the buy, right? Here was my sell. It wicked up. I sold on the way down. This looked really nice for a second, right? Like $300 in profit. Wasn't too far away from a 1-to-1 from my $500 of risk. Broke back up through my stop loss. Maybe I say, okay, you know what? No wick to the downside. Not really exciting. But maybe I say, you know what? I'm flipping long right away. At best, this is my entry, right? Like I'm not going to enter down here. At best, my entry is up here. As this pushed up, almost 38 ticks. Maybe I went stop loss to break even here and got stopped out somewhere in this chop. Maybe I waited until I got some drawdown and then back up here. Any point that I went stop loss to break even, any one of these pullbacks would have taken me out. So I'm not really confident saying I would have held it and for 30 some odd minutes and then caught this big move up all the way at the end of the day. So I try to, if I am thinking that way and I'm thinking, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that, I try to go back and think, is this something that I would have done differently on a different day and that I should be questioning why I didn't do it today and some kind of improvement that I can make? Or am I just, having that general, oh, the market went up, so I wish I bought type of a feeling? So, somewhat of a learning moment there for you guys to not have FOMO. And in this instance, wouldn't have done anything differently. Happy with myself from this area on another day. And I'd argue, in my opinion, my discretionary approach, more often than not, that works out for a positive risk to reward. Not even more often than not, maybe 50% of the time that works out. Again, because I don't need to operate with a massive win rate as long as I have a positive risk to reward. 50% is cool. I'm making money, man. I make my winners a little bit bigger than my losers in most cases, in which case I don't have to have a massive win rate. 80% win rate, it's not needed for me. Would be nice if you could figure that out with a positive risk to reward. More power to you. You will be one of the richest people that any of us ever meet. But for the rest of us mere mortals here, we're looking for something that provides us a little bit of an edge over a large sample size of trades, and I find that most easily achievable with a modest win rate. If I start by saying, if I flip a coin, less spreads, commissions, swaps, fees, everything that goes into trading forex and futures. If I flip a coin, enter a buy or sell randomly, and I have a 1-to-1 risk to reward, the math there that everybody should understand is you should be about break even. Most traders aren't break even. Most traders are losing money. The vast majority of traders are losing money. So that tells you right off the bat that it's a human problem, that we're doing something wrong, because by random chance, again, if you're taking all of the swaps, commissions, fees, everything that goes into trading forex and futures out of it at 50-50 with a 1-to-1 randomly, you should be break even. Most people aren't even break even. They're losing money. So if you back it out and you say, okay, I'm going to try to get to around that 50% mark, and I'm going to try to make my winners just a little bit bigger than my losers by finding some things on the chart and through what's available to me, the tools that are out there, of forming some edge in the market through risk management and through entry, execution, trade management, all of these things. We don't need to have this massive edge that you get a 60-70% win rate and a 10-to-1 risk to reward. First off, I don't think it's out there. I don't think technical analysis tools have this massive predictive power. I think you can utilize them to your advantage, and the very flexible nature of trading, along with risk management, specifically the way you structure risk and the way you take on risk in the market, allows you to create that edge. But again, it doesn't have to be massive one way or the other. Just make sure that no matter how you're trading, when you back test and you forward test, you trade on demo, you understand, you mess with an equity simulator, you understand that you have some form of an edge in the market. You have a way of controlling your risk, of managing your risk. You have a way of understanding that this is a game of probabilities. You get your psychology in check, your mindset in check. You read Trading in the Zone. You read Best Loser Wins. You read some of Steve Ward's books. Maybe you read Think and Grow Rich, that really old book that was really helpful when you're taking on a really, really difficult task, that you have to build up the belief and the conviction and the desire to actually achieve it first before you can ever do it. You read some of those books and you piecemeal all that together. And you build time in the markets. You build up your experience. You build up screen time. You build up your intuition by watching this shit play over again and again and again, day after day after day. You see me on these charts, right? You see me here live, scroll back through, staring at these charts intently. I have my nice caffeine in the morning. Maybe sometimes I don't have caffeine. And I get on, I do my pre-market analysis. I get my mind right. I journal. I review my trades. I look at what's going well, look at what's going wrong. I back test in my free time, but then I live trade. I spend an enormous amount of time on the charts, and that's what I've done over the past years that have gotten me to this point where I have experience in the market. All that to have a little bit of an edge, just a little bit of an edge. Not 90% win rate, not 10-to-1 risk to reward, a small edge and an understanding of probabilities, an understanding of what it means to trade over a large sample size, to think in series of trades, not individual trades. All of that goes into profitable trading. So that's my rant. That's my ending rant here. Thank you guys for being on. Again, free Telegram, hop in that. Subscribe to the YouTube if you feel like it. Like this video, help me out so somebody else sees this and maybe they get some help with their trading if they're struggling for free. Whatever you want to do, guys. And if not, I just appreciate you being here, and for someone listening to my dumbass ramble on about trading and how I like to approach the markets. So thank you for being here. I will see you here next time. I'm not going to say tomorrow, but stay tuned in the Telegram. Stay tuned on Instagram, and you'll get some notifications of the next one that I'm doing. Or don't wait for that, man. Head right to my website. Be trading with me tomorrow morning through Zoom. You could be asking me questions, chewing my ear off, quizzing me, sharing charts, getting real help with your trading. No BS courses, no somebody else trading along. Just me trading live with you through Zoom, getting help with your trading, working on strategy, working on your approach, your risk management, your psychology, your journaling, everything that goes into profitable trading. RealDealForex.com. More info in the Telegram. Shoot me an email, support@realdealforex.com. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. They're open as well. And lastly, again, none of this is financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Trading is risky. You're trading at your own risk. I don't make suggestions or recommendations to do anything or guarantee that you will achieve any result. Guys, have a great night. I'll see you again soon.